And I think we're going in here.
I invite entry alone. The eye of the entrance.
Well, 3 million families are going to be worse off by about £50 a week from universal credit. 2.7 more million families are going to be forced into universal credit next year. So immediately we would say we would stop this process and we would make sure that nobody is worse off under universal credit. The experience of universal credit has been that the majority of people are considerably worse off, many forced into debt because of delayed payments, and many, particularly those in the private rented sector, property or home is put at risk as a result of it. It has got to change very, very rapidly. I raised it yesterday with Prime Minister on the question of the poverty that's come about because of austerity and because of universal credit. Well, it would cost in the sense that we're cutting benefits by universal credit. We would be maintaining existing levels of benefit immediately.
But those are savings built into the projections for the country's finances.
Well, that is the whole problem. The savings that have been built in are at the expense of the very poorest in our society.
So how would you pay for that?
It's wrong. We pay for it by increasing income from corporate taxation and the wealthiest in our society. We would not be taxing the lowest paid and medium incomes more. I think it has to change. I think the system has to change dramatically, and we will be proposing a more comprehensive system on this. But essentially, our benchmarks would be nobody should be worse off, and nobody should have their homes put at risk because of universal credit.
Right.
Well, I think it's a very real threat, and the DUP are obviously speaking up for their own constituency on this, and indeed there is a great deal of unity across all political parties in Northern Ireland, across all the normal political divides, on having an open border with the Republic, obviously open trade, and therefore a customs union within the European Union that reflects that. And I think their position is very real. We will judge this government against the 6 tests that Keir Starmer has laid out for us, and we will vote accordingly in Parliament, but we cannot support checkers. Well, the government has had more than 2 years to negotiate this and still hasn't made any progress on it. Quite simply, there has to be open trade between the Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland, and that has to be the basis of any agreement.